everyone, welcome back to my channel So Little Time, and my name is Karen. So I hope you're all doing really well, and thank you very much for joining me for day 22 of Vlogmas. So I've just come up to sit here and open my advent calendars with you, but I've had a pretty busy morning already. I finished my Indigo dress by tilling the buttons this morning first thing before I'd even had breakfast, and then I got ready, popped it on to see what I thought, filmed a quick video all about the dress, and then got the sort of have breakfast together, and then I've just been doing a little bit of sort of cooking in a way. I've made some of the peppermint chocolate fudge, which I spoke about in a previous vlog of mine, so I have sort of filmed the process of that, so I'll include that footage within this video. And then after I film this section, I'm going off to make some mince pies. Finally, I think this is the latest I've ever got round to making mince pies, but Simon managed to get some mince meat for me, so I am going to be cracking on with those this afternoon, and I'm going to be getting the boys involved with that as well. So I'll sort the pastry out, and then they'll be cutting it out and putting the mincemeat in. So for those of you who don't live in the UK, mincemeat, it's not like as in beef mince that you have for like spaghetti bolognese or chili con carne or anything like that. It's a different type of mince. It's like a sweet, very Christmassy spiced, I suppose in a way, a bit like jam in a way, but it's a little bit more bitty, and it sometimes has like bits of citrus peel in it, sometimes a bit nutty as well, and you just pop that in the pastry case that you make, you know, with the bottom and a lid, and it's a nice mince pie that we have during the Christmas period. So I had actually my first one yesterday because we went round to our neighbours for our games night. It didn't quite go to plan as we'd kind of thought. We had our lovely pizzas, so that was really nice, with some salad. And then when we were doing the games, we tried to get the boys and the children set up playing a game, and then the adults set up playing a game. So that didn't quite go to plan because in the end we kind of ended up just chatting, and my friend's husband ended up teaching the boys how to play a certain game. So that was that. Anyway, I'm going to crack on with opening my advent calendars for you. Now, what I've done is actually got them already out of the boxes, so I'm not going to be doing as much rustling because there's not many in there now, so it's not as if I need to go searching for them. So I'm going to start off with Hemline then. So this is day 22. It's one of the cassette style ones that I've pulled out. So I'm just going to open that, have a look what we've got inside. Oh, so this is handy. It's actually some sew-on hook and loop tape. So that's really handy to keep in my sewing bits and bobs. You never know when that's going to come in handy. I think actually the Poppy Treffry Christmas crackers, you use this, so that would be really handy for those. Unfortunately, I haven't got round to doing any of my Poppy Treffry projects for Christmas, so I'm just going to have to postpone those to another time. I'm really gutted. I did kind of want to get some done this week, but as you can see, it's just been really, really busy, and I just haven't had the time to do it, unfortunately. Perhaps if the boys were still at school for this week, I might have got a little bit more time, but no, unfortunately, it hasn't happened. So I don't mind, I'll do those another time. So, but I definitely will do them before next Christmas. I might even do some over the, you know, the Christmas period in between Christmas and New Year. We'll just see how we go. Right, so next up is Beyond the Pink Door, and that's how this one is looking. Oh, what's this? Ooh. I've dropped them, hold on. Sorry, I've dropped them. Let's see, I'll show you what they are, so I'm not too sure. Okay, I've dropped it again. Oh my goodness, I'm not getting on very well. Right, basically, this is what they look like. So looking at them like that, have no idea what they are. And then it's come with a little thank you note, which says thank you for your support. And it looks as though the company name is created by Caris. Oh, hold on, is this your daughter, Andrea? Handmade in County something, I can't read that, in Ireland. I haven't got my glasses on. Shall I put my glasses on? Maybe that will make a difference. Should we see? Let's put my glasses on, see if I can read it. Bear with me. County Laris or Ladis? It's a bit faded, so that's why I can't see it very well. But yeah, it's created by Caris, and I don't know what it is, but if you open them up, they've got like magnetic bits and bobs on them. So I'm not sure what you do with those. Are they just like bookmarks or something, maybe? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. I'll be watching some of the other vloggers to see what they say it is when they've opened up this this package. Yeah. Oh, so that's nice, isn't it? Whatever they are, they're very nice. I like them. They're very pretty. They've got sewing sort of bits on them, you know, or pictures. Sewing machine on that one. Yeah, so I don't know. So who knows? But thank you. Right, and then I've got my advent calendar then here to open up. Oh, I think I do remember what this is now. I've felt it. So this isn't actually technically sewing related, but I thought I would make use of them on my pin board, and they're actually like Scrabble letters. So, and they've got like little sticky bits on the back, but what I was thinking of was actually like gluing some like safety pin bits on the back, so I can use those on my pin board downstairs, as I've actually handmade my pin board. So perhaps I'll have to take a photo of that and insert it on the screen for you to see what that looks like. But yeah, I think they would be really useful just for, you know, pinning bits and bobs on my pin board. So that was why I bought those. And also, I suppose, you know, you can make as well some kind of box framed picture, and you can put those in there where you do like the Scrabble words for people's names of the family and stuff like that. I have seen people do that, so that's another option for those. But that's mainly why I bought them, was for my pin board really. But I obviously won't be using all of them, so I may use them for card making or something. That'd be quite nice for somebody's birthday. Right, so I now open Prym then. So day 22 is right here on the yellow side. That's not the last one, we've got 24 on there, so let's have a look. Ooh. Okay, so there's two little bits in here. Okay, I think it's come off, that's why. Okay, so it's actually one thing, but the lid has come off. So I'm assuming this is another chalk marker. So you can see it's got yellow in there, you can see it in the plastic. So I think that's the supposed to be the lid. Yeah, so in actual fact it has had the lid off, and I think it's been rolling around in the box. But that's really good, isn't it? So a yellow one's really handy to have to mark onto different coloured fabric where white will not show up maybe. So a yellow one's always handy to have. That's brilliant. So these obviously are refillable as well. I'm assuming you just take off the top of this section here. So that's really handy. I'll have to give that a wash, I think, because it's been rolling around in there and I don't want to get it all over me. Right, so that's the advent calendars done then again. So not many days left. Like I said, I don't know how I'm going to sort of video the last few, because really today is the last full day that I can do any video in, because it's Simon's last day, and bless him, when we got back last night, he was just really had come down full of cold. And yeah, he didn't look all that well actually. So I think having this sort of really busy month and the lead up to Christmas, and where he's been called out quite a bit, I think he's now starting to feel slightly under the weather, which is obviously very unfortunate, and it's just bad timing. But hopefully he'll feel a little bit better by Christmas Day, fingers crossed, especially if he gets like an early night tonight. That would be good. Yeah, and I'm hoping to get a bit of an earlier night the next few nights. I've got some Christmas wrapping to do tonight. Literally, I just want to blitz it, so I don't want to be doing any on Christmas Eve. So I'll do some wrapping tonight, some wrapping tomorrow night, and that is basically me done. Yeah, and so that's it for the moment, I think. So I'm going to crack on with doing the mince pies and get the boys involved with that. So I may film a little bit of that, but I'll show you the finished product at least anyway. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you a bit later. Right, I've come on to show you my indigo dress then. So it's in this lovely gingham fabric from Felicity Fabrics. I've got the bracelet length sleeves. I've got the exposed frill detail here, and then it's got the lovely gathering there, and then I've added waist ties just to bring it in at the back a little bit more. And then I'll try and pan you down a little bit so you can see the skirt. So it comes to sort of just above my knees. I wish I'd have added just slightly a little bit more length, so it came just sort of on my knees really. And I've got it on with black tights. I don't really know how nice that looks. If I'm honest, I do think this is more of a summer style dress in this fabric. I do really like how it's turned out, and it has sewed up really well, even with the bits and bobs that I had to unpick due to my errors. So sewing with cotton in this style of dress is a really quick and easy sew. Obviously the time consuming process was this exposed ruffle frill, but I'm really pleased with how the ruffles have kind of turned out, and the gathering's pretty even for me, you know, because my gathering is not always the best. Bust darts are pointing in the right place, so that's perfect. And it's cinched in quite a bit with the waist ties, so when I have the waist ties loose, it is a lot more roomier, and then it frees up a little bit more room here as well. But I prefer a little bit more of a fitted silhouette on me. The sleeves have gone in pretty fine. There is a couple of puckers, but you're not really going to notice. So yeah, that's really nice. So you can see that it's still pretty roomy. So there's enough room in there for me to have my big Christmas dinner. Yeah, so I have actually tried it on with my cardigan, the red cardigan that I've been wearing throughout Vlogmas, and it doesn't go at all, and I do look like I'm about to be skipping off down the road to school, so I won't be wearing it with that. I do feel a little bit chilly in it, that's the only thing, but I think on Christmas Day, as a treat, because we've got family here, we will have the heating on, and as there'll be more bodies in the house, it will hopefully be warmer, and I'll be doing the cooking, so I think I'll be okay. And I do prefer it with this necklace on, so I've gone for the pink and red kind of theme, because I find that the neckline, without it on, it kind of just looks a bit bare, and I feel like it needs something, and I think I do still prefer my crepe version that I made in some floral fabric a number of years ago now. And I really do like that version. I do prefer that fabric type as well, the drape with it. So this is a little bit more of a stiffer fabric, you know, but I think this will be perfect for summer. And I think it'd be nice and airy and breathable, being a cotton, but yeah, I do feel a little bit chilly in it today, I have to say. So I'm pleased with it overall. I don't think it was the best fabric choice. I do think it looks nicer in the crepe fabric or a heavier weight kind of viscose. Yeah, maybe with the flank sleeves it would have been a bit better. I don't know, I just went with that option because I didn't really have enough fabric to play with to do the flank sleeves as well, especially as I had to put the back of the bodice on the fold. Sorry, not on the fold. I had to cut 2 pieces, didn't I? Yeah. So anyway, this is how it's turned out. Let me know what you think. What do you think it looks like on me? Do I look like a schoolgirl? Do you think it's suitable for Christmas Day? Yeah, I mean, I could wear like a thermal vest underneath to keep me a little bit warmer. I do have one, so, you know, I could do that. But yeah, I'm overall pretty pleased with the make itself. It isn't my best sewing with the puckers in the sleeves and the whole situation where I had to do a lot of unpicking, but that was because I was rushing it, wasn't I? And I was sewing it on an evening where the lighting isn't so great, and also I've been a bit tired of late. But hey ho. Anyway, so this is my dress. I hope you like it. Right, so I'm going to be making the peppermint chocolate fudge. That's what it's called. This is the ingredients and the method. So if you want to screenshot that, pause the video and take a screenshot of it. Try and zoom in a little bit better. Now, I haven't actually got any of the raw nut butter, and I have made this without that in the recipe, so that's what I'm going to be doing again today. So I've got the organic virgin coconut oil there, that's just from Tesco's. I've got some sea salt, I've got maple syrup, which is from Co-op, and then I've got this organic cacao powder, I think that's how you say it, and I got that actually from Holland and Barrett, the health shop, but I think you can get it in supermarkets just down the baking aisle, I believe, or maybe from the free from aisle. And then I've got the essential oil, which is doTERRA, this brand, and it's the peppermint one, and it's edible as well as using in your oil burners and that kind of thing. And then I'm going to be using my what do you call this food processor to mix it all right. So I've got it all in the food processor there ready to go, apart from the essential oil, because I like to add that at the end. Now I've used basically near enough a whole bottle of the maple syrup, because that works out to 1 cup, because that's what you need to use. And then the oil, I've actually used the whole jar of the oil as well, because it doesn't actually tell you whether to use it melted or not. I'm trying to get 1 1/4 cups out of there when it's raw, you know, like really hard. It's just impossible. And I think in the past I just melted the whole jar and used the whole jar, and it's worked out perfectly fine. So that's what I'm doing today. So it's a little bit trial and error. It's been a while since I've done this, so fingers crossed it works out. Right, so I've blitzed that so it's in liquid form now. So I just need to add the peppermint oil. So I'm going to add in, it says 1 to 2 drops. I usually add about 3 or 4 because I like it quite strong. Right, and then it's the case of transferring this into this, which is always a pretty messy job, but I think the majority of this will fill all of these, if I recall. These ones don't come out very well, so I might not use those. They just tend to break when I try and push them out of the mould. So I'm basically going to put it all into these little shapes. Then it goes into the freezer to set, or the fridge, you know, whichever you want to use really. It says how to put it in the freezer on the instructions, so that's what I'll do. And then I'll take them out of the moulds and I will package them up nicely for people for Christmas. Right, as you can see, it was a little bit messy, but they're in, apart from those two that I'm not using. And I ended up using a syringe, which was clean, and I've got quite a bit left, so I might be able to use that. But it does start setting really quickly. As you can see here, this has started to set already. So it is a really quick setting chocolate. So it's really good to sort of get done and dusted in one day. Right, they have set. So I'm going to turn one or two out. Let's see how they've gone. Well, they are coming out mighty fine, if I say so myself. Yeah, they are looking really good. So I've had these before where I've used the ingredients as I've done it, and it's worked absolutely fine. They taste fine. They go really nice with, you know, like espresso coffee, you know, or a really strong coffee. So I'm going to carry on turning out the rest, and I'll be gifting some, you know, just a few to each of my family members who like dark chocolate. And yeah, I shall be packaging them up all nicely. So that's how the chocolates have turned out. You know, as you can see, they turn out really nicely. Then they literally all come out of the mould, which is really good. Right, so I've just come down after opening my advent calendars, and somebody has sneaky peeked should I say, sneakily ate one of the chocolates. Shall I tell you who the culprit is? It was James, and he didn't own up to it. I had to smell his breath. Right, so first batch of mince pies are done. This is the recipe that I use. It's by the BBC Good Food, and it's unbelievably easy mince pies. So you've got here 225 grams of cold butter, but I just use margarine or stork, you know, 350 grams of plain flour, 100 grams of golden caster sugar, but again I just use normal, and then mincemeat. So I just put in however I see fit inside those, so they're nice and full, and I don't make the pastry too thin. I don't glaze it with an egg wash or anything like that. I just leave it as is, and they come out pretty decent actually. So the boys have helped me make those, so the lids are a little bit a scoodly whiff, but never mind. So I've got about another 3 or 4 batches to go, so that's that. Right, that's me for today then, so I'm going to leave it here now. So I'm just going to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and to say thank you so much for following along with my Vlogmas this month, basically. I hope you've enjoyed my content. I've tried to keep it as varied as possible. It has been extremely busy. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, but I will be enjoying a bit of the break. I am going to come back on over the next couple of days just to do my advent calendar openings, and that's all I'll be uploading for those 2 days. So yes, thank you ever so much for all your wonderful comments, all your support. Thank you so much for all your support throughout the year as well. I truly appreciate it. So this is an appreciation message to all of you lovely people. So thank you so much for following along. Right, I shall leave it here then for today, and I shall catch you again tomorrow for my advent calendar opening only. Take care, bye.